Welcome to this episode of Say It with Scott, where we look at how the words we use affect the influence you have on other people. I'm Scott Sery. I'm a copywriter, and I love how we can take a word here and there, just tweak it a little bit, and dramatically change the entire message that we're sending. This episode is brought to you by Strategic Advisor Board and by my company, Sery Content Development. Today we're taking a look at your website and why it's just not getting the traffic and the interaction and the results that you ultimately want from a website. There's actually one really big reason that if you fix this problem, you'll have a ton more interaction over there. Ultimately, more traffic tends to lead to more conversions, tends to lead to more prospects becoming your clients and increasing your bottom line. That big reason that people just don't use your website the way you really want them to is because it's quite boring. Yeah, that's right. Website is just meh. People get there and they're just not inspired to really do anything other than maybe give you a phone call, but not what I'm looking for. I'm going on to the next guy. This obviously dramatically has to do with what you're doing and what your business actually is. If I'm going to HomeDepot.com, I don't really need to be inspired and entertained. I just want to be able to click real fast and check out the price of 2x4s in my area. But if you're Joe's accounting service and you're competing against 97 other smaller accounting firms, why are people going to stick around if they already don't have a built-in relationship with you? So I talked about this, I believe it was the last video, maybe a couple videos ago, that on your About Us page, people tend to do this exact same thing. They make it really boring. It's pertinent information, it's important information, but the client and the prospect really don't care. They don't care when you were invented. They don't want your whole life story and your history. They want to see, obviously, that history is a little bit important. If you're 1 year old versus competing against somebody that's 20 years in the business, all other things being equal, most people are going to go to the more experienced person. So you want to talk about how you did an incredible job. So, if you got your start 30 years ago, you can say, I got my start 30 years ago doing an incredible job. Check out the other video to find more on that. The rest of your website, however, really needs to be entertaining. It needs to draw people in. Now, entertainment isn't always funny entertainment. It can be intriguing, it can be inspiring, it can be shocking, it can be suspenseful, or ultimately it can be funny. Generally, people remember that funny stuff, so if you can kind of weave that in there without losing that professionalism, that's where people really start to be intrigued. They want to read the next sentence because that sentence was funny. What's coming up next? This is where you want to focus on Joe's accounting service and providing the best tax returns possible, and have a copywriter fill in those blanks and make it so people are like, okay, it's not just a dull, boring accounting website. This is funny, this is intriguing, this is awe-inspiring, and ultimately they're like, okay, this is great. I want to stick around. I want to learn more. I want to do business with Joe because he is such a cool guy and very inspiring or intriguing or funny. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Say It with Scott. I hope you found something inspirational and educational you can take back and apply to your own business. As usual, if it didn't make sense, if you need more information, or if you just need a copywriter to make something much less boring, hit the links in the description below. Reach out. I'd be happy to help. I'm always looking for that one business that I can offer a tremendous discount to in exchange for me just going with weird creativity. It's going to be great, but it might be a little weird sometimes. Before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you get notifications every time Strategic Advisor Board posts great new content.